Greetings, salutations, and hello to all of my wonderful friends of the TikTok Nation. Your old buddy Scrappy D here with another scraptastic video. I did a pickup today. And I have something different and of quality to scrap for you. Hooray, hurrah. Just came in from doing a bit in the garden. Hello, Muhammad. Hello, X-Dog, T.Y. Dixon. Good guy. Wow. Awesome. So, these are modules. They come out of a Blade server. There may be 6 to 8 to 10 to 12 to 1,000. Who knows? And they slide into a big cabinet. There's the backplane board. Look at all that gold. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So, I took one of these apart the other day, and I was pleased to find some RAM, a couple of nice CPUs, and this one actually had a couple of those nice copper heat sinks. This is from a Dell PowerEdge. I opened it up already just to get a look inside. They're smaller, they're easier, oh god, they're easier to handle. Those other things weigh a freaking ton, guys. And, you know. Hey Dave Donahue, how are you? I know this is an odd time for me to go live, but I feel like I've been neglecting the TikTok Nation. Nothing wrong, I really just didn't have anything new to scrap out for you, and, I don't like to just put rubbish up. Alright, so this one is out of the Dell. Get a couple of peripheral cards here. There wasn't a lot of RAM in this one. I was kind of disappointed. Plop. By the way, if I don't acknowledge you, or I miss a comment, or I miss a question, please feel free to leave me a comment. I do read them, and I will joyfully, cheerfully, and promptly attempt to get a relatively intelligent answer back to you guys. I did salvage a couple of good parts from some of the Dells that I took out apart yesterday. I have them up for used parts. I got a hard drive caddy out of the Pro Reliant. That's a CD drive, rather. I did get a hard drive caddy as well, the module with the 8 slots in it, and these. I put the power supplies up for sale. I put the heat sinks up for sale. What is this, if you don't mind my asking you, because I'm looking for a server that can emulate games. Okay, so this is not, it's a server module. Best way I can explain what this is a mini server. They'll put a whole bunch of these into a big case. They're Blade servers. They're not big and chunky and huge like the other ones I do, but a Blade server case will have 8, 10, 12, 14 of these. Each one will have a different function. So that's about the best answer I can come up with at the moment. I think if you're going to do games, you're going to probably need to, I would wait till the fall to the Microsoft upgrade goes through. They're upgrading away from Windows 10, and there'll be a faster chip. I think that's another really important part. If you're looking for something for a gaming computer, check out Custom Computer. They may have some good information on their TikTok page as well. They build computers, and that may be somewhere you can get a little bit better answer than what I can provide you. I have been out in the yard all day. Got a lot done. You know, we went from rain, 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 rain to dry, 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 dry. So my yard looks like the Mojave Desert. But got out and got a bit of work done out there, which was good. Now, mind you, I have not taken one of these apart. The one I took apart last night was a Cisco, so you know, it's something a little bit different to look up. My current build is already maxed out and is 128 GB RAM and 32 cores. Wow. Yeah, I would really refer you to Custom Computers. They have a site here on TikTok, and I think they could probably give you a little bit better answer than I can, just because that's what they do. And for me, this is really a hobby. Hello, Joker. How are you? Yeah, I've missed going live. Like I said, I just really didn't have anything interesting. It was just the same old boring stuff, and I don't like to do that. I'm having a tough time getting down at this screw right here. Come on. Got it. So what I do, for those of you who are new to my channel. Hey, Scrappy Happy Pappy, how are you? I usually go live on Sunday mornings, guys, kind of early in the morning. This is an odd time for me to be live, but like I said, I just didn't have anything really worthy of content. So I'll clean that aluminum bracket off. These you can put in as what we call peripheral boards. And peripheral boards, basically anything that's not a motherboard. It has visible gold on it. Visible gold here. And there's probably a chip underneath here. So this will go as a high-grade peripheral board. And why is that important? Because if you sell to board sort, you got to know what you're doing. Or if you sell e-scrap like I do, like if somebody went to my eBay store and was looking for peripheral high-grade boards, they would expect to find something like this. Gold pins, a good chip, and I sell it by the pound. But if you're, like I said, if you're selling to board sort or any other refiner or buyer of boards, you got to know how to sort them. Now this one is also a peripheral board, but I would put this as a peripheral low grade. There's not a lot of visible gold. There's not even really any gold here. Very minimal gold here, and there's not a chip under here. You can see the difference. This has got a lot more gold. Okay, so low grade peripheral board, high grade peripheral board. Now this is the backplane board. And so this is where this module will slide into its shelf and plug into the backplane board. Older the gold, that's a beautiful bit of gold for gold recovery. And so I don't actually have the backplane board itself, I've got the module though. Hello Chronic, how are you? Finally got some nice beautiful weather here in Connecticut, and I have been out in the yard all day. Well, not all day. I went and got a lot of my shipping done, just so I don't have the clutter and the mess in the house. Oh boy, that was easy. Jiminy crickets. Boy, don't you wish everything scrapped out that easy. Just like that. So, for those of you who just joined, this is a module. It comes out of a blade server. It would probably come out of something that was a cabinet. There would probably be 8 to 10 of these. I think the usually I see 8. It doesn't mean there can't be more or less of them. But I did find these seem to be a pretty easy scrap, and they seem to yield pretty well. Oh, you're getting rain? Where are you, Chronic? I'm in Connecticut. Where are you? I could use some rain. We're pretty dry out there. think E-Waste Mike was saying in Ohio it was supposed to be really wet as well. We do need the rain. My lawn looks, my yard looks like the Mojave Desert right now. And there's not a lot I can do about it. Alright. Michigan. Hello Garrett, welcome. So this is going to also be a peripheral high-grade board. Again, lots of gold recovery here, lots of chips. I know there's a chip under here. I can see it. I got to get that off. And this is, by the way, this is a battery pack, guys. Be careful disposing of those. So I'll clean that off. That'll go into peripheral high-grade boards. Lots of visible gold, lots of gold, good chips. High-grade peripheral boards. Wow, look at this. Look at this is going to be a very nice board for gold recovery. What I said last night when I scrapped out that big honkin' Dell server, what I think, these are probably higher gold content, and I think for somebody like me who sells boards for gold recovery, this is going to be a much better value for my buyer. It's going to grade as a dual metal socket server motherboard. Oh boy. Oh, I'm sorry. It's CT Band Instruments. It's CT, not Connecticut. So, also, I think if you plug in eScrap for sale, I think you'll be able to find me. I'll try to remember to put a picture of it up. I'll tell you, hi Drop Table, welcome. I'll tell you, I got my eBay store got wiped out. God bless you guys. I completely sold out of RAM. I'm out of backplane boards. I'm out of peripheral boards. I think I have gold finger cards left. Completely out of RAM though. By the way, guys, make sure you get the battery off when you are scrapping out computer boards. It actually can start a fire. If somebody went to go refine this and put it through a shredder, that nickel-cadmium battery could cause a refinery fire. And if you are selling boards to some place like Board Sort or some other place, they insist that you take those batteries off. They're dangerous. For me, I like to make sure they get recycled properly. We do have a transfer station here in town, and we do actually have a bin for electronic waste. I go every morning. I get rid of lithium-ion batteries. I get rid of these. I just don't want it around the house. There's usually some nice gold on these contacts. I'll make sure I get that before I send it off to scrap. But this is a beautiful board, guys. Look at that. Got IC chips, lots of gold. These are tantalum capacitors. BoardSort does buy those, by the way. I think, and it's a big I think, these might be black tantalum capacitors. I'm not sure what these are. I really, honestly, am not sure. I don't remember. Can anybody give me a hint with that as to what these actually are? Scrappy D is actually stuck. Ha, that's unusual. Then you got a gold banded crystal oscillator here. These are probably Xeon chips, and I'll take those off after. So yeah, that's a pretty good board, guys. And really, oh my god, these are so much easier than dealing with those. Yeah. Well, Chronic, I'd love to. I'm going to make these available for sale in my store. I think I've got 7 or 8 of them back there, but these I definitely will make available for you guys. I know a lot of you guys are really into gold recovery. I am not. I live in our neighborhood is pretty densely populated, and I just think gold recovery is for those who know what they're doing, and it's not for me. God bless you guys who are on it, boy, I'll tell you. All right, these are risers. I don't think they're brass, but I'll run a magnet over them after. Probably steel. I'm dying to get my mitts on the Cisco ones that are in the boxes back there. Cisco boards, by the way, guys, generally speaking, and I can't say it's going to be all the time, but most of the time, the Cisco boards and the Sun boards are very, very well populated. And go after the green boards. Don't go after the colored boards because they just don't have a lot in the way of gold recovery. They're plastic. Your gaming computers and stuff, those boards are all plastic. These are gold, copper, palladium, aluminum. All kinds of good stuff. And by the way, guys, I will post this video on my YouTube channel. If I stay under an hour, which I'm sure I won't, because once I get going, I don't stop unless my phone dies on me. Once I go over an hour, I can't repost it on TikTok. So it'll be on my YouTube channel for you. You know, I like to try to teach and share and show you guys all the stuff that I come across just to help you with your own gold recovery and board selling and computer scrapping and stuff like that. I tend to really just stick to computers. I work from home and I just don't want the mess. I really need to have a garage put on the property. But it's okay. As long as I have enough to do my lives and chit chat with the TikTok nation, I'm alright. My niece and my 2 nephews got me into TikTok. Congratulations, Dave. You got yourself a number 2 gifted badge. Woohoo! Thanks for the like. Thank you, sir. I don't think that was for me. I'm a lady scrapper. Don't even ask me how I got to scrapping. I have no idea. I think it was a COVID thing. I got doing it. I needed to be home to take care of my mom. And next thing I know, I was a computer scrapper. Alright. Who's holding up the works here? There's a metal plate on the bottom I gotta get off. A couple of screws here holding the backplane board on. Sometimes on these servers, guys, you gotta take the bracket. You gotta get the brackets off because they are holding it onto the board. I need a different screwdriver. Hi, Ed. How you doing? All right, I'm gonna put that aside for the moment. I don't have a small enough hex screwdriver to get in there right this second. I'm just going to put that aside for a moment, but we'll go back for it. As again, I know these are going to be just a pair of pinless Xeon CPUs. And but yeah, I'll try to put a bunch of these together too. I actually just sold all of these backplane boards. I had the big backplane boards out of those Cisco 3900s and 3800s. They were like a wireless internet switch, but they had backplane boards that were just full of gold. I think I might have another pound or 2 left, but those sold too. I like to try to put the gold-bearing materials up for sale for you guys, if I can. I don't always have, I don't always have a low enough price point for you, for which I apologize. I don't make a lot of money doing it. I just want to make sure that I can, pay my bills with it. I sell most of my stuff to Board Sort, but like I said, some of this really nice gold-rich material, I'll send it over to my subscribers if I can. By the way, we hit 1,000 plus last week, and that was very exciting. I think what I might do for our 2,000 subscriber mark is let you guys guess at how much is in the retirement fund. And, a little less now. And there'll be more by there, and whoever is the closest will win the jug of gold. But that'll be when we get to 2,000. Got to do something for you guys. Got to keep it fun, right? Alright, so that was the Dell PowerEdge module. So it's a server module. It's a server without a lot of extra garbage. Hi, Do Right. How are you? Fragile. Do not throw. Okay. I have two local IT companies who I work with, and they get the stuff in by the pallets, and if it sits long enough, they just want to get rid of it, and that's what I'm looking for. I look for non-working or outdated technology. I don't want to fix them and resell them. That's for other people. All right. I'm good today. Thank you for asking, Do Right. I spent a good part of my day in the yard. I cut one section of the lawn, and then I did a lot of patching. I got to get another dose of grub killer down and some grass seed. I'm also trying to reestablish all of my gardens. I have all kinds of gardens in the yard when my mom was alive. She loved flowers. And, of course, last year, nothing got done because that was, we had lost her and I just had no motivation. But, yeah, we're going to get the yard looking nice again. Alright, I'm hoping I don't know if this is going to be another Dell or a Cisco. Because they box them all in the same things. I only took about half of them in from the car, so I hope it's not more of the same. I'd love to get my mitts on Cisco stuff. Hey, Jan. Wow, good time to go live. We got 8.7 in the house already. God bless you guys. Thanks. Yeah, this is another Dell PowerEdge board. Wah, wah. That's okay. I got the two of them for $20. I mean, seriously? Got to get that back, just on the parts. What I look for when I buy e-scrap is I look for things with a substantial amount of RAM. If I have to buy it. If I have to buy e-scrap, I'm going to look to get my money back if I can. Now, these I already know they weigh 0.08 each. I got screwed at the scrapyard the other day. Absolutely screwed. I'm sorry. If I take the screws off, that's bare bright copper all day, every day. And let me tell you guys, sometimes being a lady scrapper sucks. They take advantage of you. They tell you they're going to give you one thing, then you go to get weighed out and they give you another. So, I won't make that mistake again. And unfortunately, sometimes it's just not worth fighting about. Alright, so this is another one of the Dells. We'll just take this apart top to bottom. And again, there's not a lot of RAM. These are spacers. Bunch of these. There weren't a lot of two, which isn't really too bad. I'll do this one, and then I'll go see if I can find one of the Ciscos for you. I just don't know which ones are which. I mean, I got 5 of them for $100, so I don't think that's too bad. I'm certainly going to make my money back out of them. The boards are dual metal socket motherboards, and I think Board Sword is at $3 or $4 a pound for them. That's at least a 3-pound board. I'll get my money back. But these particular boards, yeah, guys, I'm going to put these in my eBay store for you. because there's really a lot of gold recovery on these, and they're not huge. So there's not a lot of waste. That was what I was trying to say before. For somebody like me, these are a great thing to be scrapping out. I'll get that off. They're a great thing to be scrapping out because, again, for what I'm doing, there's a lot of gold recovery here. If it doesn't sell, I just send it off to board sort. I don't have all that waste from one of the servers, I don't have all that wasted metal and all that wasted space and all that extra weight. This is something you can buy. It's a lot smaller, and you certainly can get some good value. So again, these are Blade server modules. Blade server modules. And I'm going to run into the same problem. I'm not going to be able to get the metal plate off because I don't have the right screwdriver with me. That's right. And again, I'll get these screws off. I'll wipe off the thermal paste. I'll probably put a couple of those up on my website in case somebody needs replacement parts. I need lots of replacement parts. I need knees. I need... Hey, Custom Computers. How are ya? I just was, I don't remember who it was. It was somebody earlier in the chat. If you're still on, and I don't remember what your name was, forgive me. Custom Computers has joined in, and you might want to redirect your question about the gaming computer to them. They're very, very good, and they do it all day, every day. I haven't talked to Custom Computers in a while. Everybody's been busy. All right, so again, pop the aluminum off. And keep that nice, clean, nice aluminum. This is going to be a peripheral high-grade board. Lots of gold, lots of gold, lots of gold. A couple of good chips. Oops, 2 points right in the fishbowl. Peripheral high-grade. So you're at a doctor's appointment? Thought you'd check in on me. Well, it's always good to hear from you. Hope everything's okay. You feeling all right? Custom Computers? Hope you are. That was so cute to see you and your granddaughter the other day. She's a handful. Boy, is she cute. That's awesome. Alright, so, again, server rib is a little bit chunkier. This is not shielded, so it's not... This is 4 gigabytes. That's crapola RAM. Some of the servers, boy, you get chunky. Chunky RAM. I am going to put these spacers in a box and put the whole lot up for sale. Cheap, like $10. If anybody needs spacers, they'll be in my eBay store. If not, I'm going to bring them up to my computer guy in Rhode Island when I go pick up computers next week and give them to him to resell. In big to reselling computer parts. I only recently have started doing the gold recovery sales to try to help out some of you guys who are into the gold world. Primarily, I take them apart and I sell to board sort. That's what I've always done. But this whole TikTok thing has just taken off like a Formula One race car at the finish line. It's just exploded. I'm very excited. Having a lot of fun. Alright. I got that off. I got that off. Are you going to just slide off? No. Fiddly screws. Taking the kids to Pokemon tonight. That sounds like fun. And the back pain is no fun at all. Feel better. Alright. Fortunately, slacking computers around does not help. That's another reason I went to doing these. I threw my back last week, something awful. Ugh. I had gone to the dump. My next door neighbor asked me if I would please help her take her microwave to the dump, and of course it's one of those over the stove, weighs a billion pounds. We got it into the car. I got over to the dump. I used my foot. I shoved it out of the car, and the guy says, "Hey, you got to take that over to the other pile. We don't take them at this pile anymore." I said, "So I have to pick up the 70-pound microwave by myself?" He says, "Yep." Like, really? So I did, and I paid for it all weekend long. Doing better though, doing better. Alright. Now, why do you not want to come off of here? Okay. There should be, on these boards, there should be gold pins under here. Let's find out. Oh yeah, look at that. So that's going to be a fantastic board for somebody who picks it up for gold recovery. I'm not going to depopulate it. I'm not going to strip it. I'm going to sell it just like they go that way. And of course, a backplane board here. So these will sell as dual socket motherboards. Those are server motherboards all day, every day. Alright, it's a little backplane board, not nothing to write home about, but that's for where your hard drives will plug in. That goes over here. Check the hard drive caddies. Nope. Nope. Alright, now I'm going to run into the same problem I did with the other. I can't get that two screws out. So peripheral low grade. There's no chip under here. Not a lot of gold recovery. That's just a low grade peripheral board. Boy, I love when they slide out like that. Look at that. Whew. Wish they were all that easy, eh? Okay, get the battery off. I'm hoping the next one I open is a Cisco. I can't promise because like I said, I bought a whole lot of them, and I think it was worth it. Hello, Moyer, FAFO. Welcome aboard. Yeah, like I said, my usual time to go live is Sunday mornings. I try to avoid the afternoon. Southern Scrapper goes on like between 12 and whenever. And I avoid Sunday afternoon because Shark Scrapper and Scrapping Irish are usually on. And I actually really enjoy watching both of them. If you're interested to check, hi Rob, if you're interested in checking pricing on gold recovery and copper and commodities and stuff, I highly recommend Tom on the iScrap app. He's very good. I also recommend Shark Scrapper's Sunday Afternoon Live. He's really good with the commodities and the tariffs and how it's affecting scrap. If you're into gold recovery, Scrapping Irish is very knowledgeable about that. If you're interested in micro scrapping, Patrick William takes apart everything that can be taken apart. I teased him the other day and called him king of the micro scrap. He really does. He does a lot with it. Southern Scrapper is into gold mining with computer parts and stuff. And the official test dude was scrapping televisions this morning for peripheral boards. Who else? I need a smaller... I'm running into a problem because I need a smaller hex screw than this one, and I don't have one. I have one, but it's down in the basement, and I really don't feel like going down and getting it and interrupting the live. It's not going to hurt anything. You know? This will be good. I'll get a scrap run in tomorrow, I hope. Yep. And Friday is my take myself out to lunch day. So again, I'll clean this off. This is a battery, guys. It's got to be recycled properly. There's a nice brass, gold pins, and that looks like a gold-banded BGA under there. So we'll clean this off, and that will go with high-grade peripheral boards, good for gold recovery. Okay, let's get a little bit of gold off of here. Put in that retirement fund. Remember, guys, when we get to 2,000 subscribers, we're going to see who gets the closest to what's in the retirement fund, and then I will send it to you. Free. Like I said, I don't. It's just not my thing. But, hey, I'm not going to throw money aside, believe me. Add a little bit more. We got a ways to go, guys, but yeah, when we get there, I thought that would be a fun, something fun to do for you. All right. And again, I am going to, of course, I'm going to take these off. This looks like this has got to screw off of here somewhere. It's got to be a set of screws I'm missing or something. I got to figure out what's holding it to the board. And then just pop it off of the board. It's on a metal plate is what it is. And it's got a couple of hex screws, torque screws on here, and I just don't have the right size bit to do that. Hello, Tristan. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Ha 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 ha. Thank you. I'll be here all week. I always get one person who will say, I'm here for the jokes. Well, me too. You know, the other day I super glued my thumb and my forefinger together. I guess I'll be okay for a while. I'm just looking to see if I have that other screwdriver here. Okay, I don't. Yeah. So I'll get the metal back off of this. I'll weigh these for you, and I'll put them up in the eBay store. Those of you who are into a gold recovery, this will be a really great board for you. I'll clean the extra metal stuff off. I'll take off the CPUs. But wow, yeah, that's awesome. All right. So those are both Hewlett Packard. Hi, Dwayne. Welcome. Please don't be more of the same. Please don't be more of the same. Please be a Cisco. I bought them all from the same person, and they're all boxed the same, so. I'll tell you, I was surprised though. I did not sell one single one of those Sun microserver boards. I think they were just too big and too bulky, and because I was selling it by weight, it was just out of most scrappers' price points. But I think we'll do a little bit better on these. I really do. Hi, Donald. Welcome. Please don't be a devil. Please don't be a devil. Yeah, I've got all my boxes ready to take to UPS in the morning. I want to get those out because BoardSort does their payouts on, like, you have to have it in by Wednesday to get paid out on Thursday. So if I get them out tomorrow, that will be next week's paycheck. We did very well this week. I try to really get myself a weekly paycheck from BoardSort. And I honestly just frankly use it to, hi Nick. I usually frankly just use it to go buy more e-scrap. Oh, it's another Dell. But see, look at that. That is going to be beautiful. And I will leave that, by the way. You'll see it when I put the pictures up. I will leave that on the board for you guys who are doing gold recovery. I'll put them up as soon as I get as soon as I can get the steel plate off. I think like I said, I just got to go down and find a smaller Torx bit. Alright. These are super easy to scrap, guys. Like I said, the only redeeming grace, look at that. Those are going to be nice, pure copper heat sinks. And again, I'm only going to get 16 things of RAM if I'm lucky. It's 4 on each. Boo hiss. Yeah. It's crappy RAM at that, but you should see some of the RAM I got the other day. I bought it from somebody who was I have no idea what this is doing. It's making flowers and doing all kinds of really cool things when people... Thank you to... Oh my God, Custom Computers. Thank you so much. That was really cool. They sent me a bouquet of flowers. That was incredibly cool. Wow. That was awesome. Thank you so much. Custom Computers has family in my area. I can't wait till they come visit and I get to meet them up close and in person. That'll be really fun. They have relatives right in my hometown. I think that's awesome. That was really cool. Thank you. Wow. Told you guys, TikTok is a lot of fun. Yeah, so I have these are just spacers, RAM spacers, servers and stuff. I got a box full of those. I was absolutely thrilled with how many of you, and I recognized a lot of the names, from TikTok. I was thrilled with how many of you did take advantage of some of the stuff that I put up for gold recovery. Confetti. Custom Computers is having fun. That's awesome. I actually did get monetized at 1,000 subscribers. So these are small backplane boards. These I'll probably send to BoardSort. I don't think there's anything under here. Maybe there is. I don't think there's much. Backplane boards, guys, basically it's something gold sliding into something gold. In this case, it's the hard drives. They plug into this backplane board. So these I probably will just send over to BoardSort. BoardSort's awesome, guys. If you're new to computer scrapping, definitely look through their videos. That's how I learned. I learned from them, Shark Scrapper, and E-Waste Ben. They're really the three that I followed most when I started doing this. Well, I'm not going to complain, guys. I'm going to wind up with probably 12 or 13 of these copper heat sinks. I just hope I'm not going to... I'm still burning about how bad I got screwed at the scrapyard. Ah, well, joys of being a lady in the scrap world. I gotta get a big dog. It's alright. Alright, you take care of yourself, Custom Computers. Thanks for all the gifts. That was really fun. Have a good day. Maybe I'll catch you Sunday. Sunday, I think I'm going to... scrap up the rest of those apples that I got hung up last week on one or two of them that had stripped screws. What I got to do is I have to cut those screws and then get them out with a flathead screwdriver. And I wasn't able to do that last week because that's something I got to do outside. I've got a Mac Mini to scrap out. I've got another iMac to scrap out. It's a little bit newer model. I did one of the really old ones last week. I actually found an iCore 7 chip in it. That was a shock. And I actually got paid pretty well for the aluminum. I didn't bother cleaning it. I took the components off and then I sold the whole case as it was right to the scrapyard. Just a matter of time sometimes, A matter of time. Hello, Alician. Hello, Marco. I think it was that just went by. Sorry, I don't always see these. And if I miss you or I don't say hello or I don't acknowledge you, please forgive me because I try really hard. This is fun. I'm having a blast here. Having a blast on TikTok. Let's try this one. This is a little smaller. Your best friend is a really long-handled screwdriver. Because really, some of these, getting it down in there. Shoot, that one's too big. That one's too small. Wah, wah, wah. it's amazing, even from computer to computer, the difference in the screws. It's just unbelievable. Hard drives are the worst. Oh my god. They're so fiddly, and the screws are all different sizes. They do, they do them on an assembly line, so they don't even grab the same size screws. They just push it all together. Alright, so I'm up against the same problem. I don't really feel like going down to the basement and finding the other screwdriver. Forgive me, I'm being lazy. It's not that I'm being lazy, I just, I'm in full live mode here, and I don't want to break my momentum. Alright. Son of a gun. Hi Joshua, how are you? I run into Joshua everywhere. Joshua made my day on Official Test Dudes video the other day. OTD handed me a compliment, and Joshua had one right in back of it, and thanks guys, that was really, that was special. Nothing nicer than people saying they enjoy your video because you know what you're doing, or, they enjoy the channel, or whatever it is, but, yeah, no, I really appreciate that. Alright, so I don't have the bit I need. These don't want to come out. I don't know why the other ones did. I think you have to have both metric and standards if you're going to I am Cam. I think you have to have both metric and standard, guys, if you're going to scrap computers. Some of them are made in Mexico, some are made in China, and just that little bit of difference in the size of the screw, even if it's the same product. Yeah, annoying ass. Okay, so again, peripheral high grade, lots of gold, good gold recovery. These will be sold by the pound as peripheral high grade. And there's a chip under there. I'll get the aluminum off. There goes a high-grade peripheral board. Let's try one more time to get this thing off of here. I hate when that happens, when you just can't get the rest of something done because the damn screwdriver bit doesn't want to fit. Let's try this one. I don't think it's going to work. So you got every size screwdriver to... Joshua became the number 7 member on the team. Yay, Joshua! You all realize I have no idea what half of this stuff is, right? Well, finally, 5 bits later. Yeah, these are super easy to scrap, guys. Again, these are computer modules, blade modules. F. Mayan DeWall, welcome aboard. You are from Turkey. Wow. Alicia, what time is it over there in Turkey? It's 3:30 in the afternoon here. Again, so there is some gold, but there's really, there's a little bit of rubbish. There's not a lot of chips, not even a lot of gold here. So again, just peripheral or low-grade board. Hello, Adrian. Welcome aboard. My very first live TikTok. I had gone out to lunch on Sunday afternoon several weeks ago with 2 of my nephews. And they're like, Auntie D, your TikTok is coming along. It looks okay. I like your YouTube. You need to go live. I'm like, I am not going live. I am 65 years old, and I am not going to make an arse of myself on TikTok. My house was a mess. There were dishes in the sink. There was crap everywhere. And they decided they were going to do a live video, which they did. They sat in the living room and read the comments for me. And I couldn't believe how well my first video did. And Here I am. Well, at least my kitchen is clean. Hello, Boots25. Welcome aboard. And the rest is history. Yep. I like the live format. One thing I don't like about YouTube is if you're recording and somebody makes a call or there's some kind of interruption, it kicks your whole darn video off and you lose the whole thing. And that's a pain in the neck. So these are little risers that I'm screwing. That's not. I don't know what's holding the board onto the metal frame. I think it's here. Actually, you know what? I will bet if I take the chips out, maybe I can unscrew the bracket and maybe, just maybe, that'll free the board. Don't forget, maybe can also be a maybe not. Hello, Kevin. Welcome on. T. Price, welcome. Kevin Harris, welcome. And again, everybody, thank you so much for all of your gifts and your support, and for hanging out with me. I think this is just fun. Open first. Made in China. Nope. No way to get that off. These are Xeon chips, by the way, guys. They're pinless. Actually, if I wipe one of these off, I can give you an idea how old the board is. Sometimes there's a date on the CPU. They're not the greatest for gold recovery. This is actually just copper in the back. They don't pay as well as the pinless does. Okay. Intel Xeon. You don't have a date on you here. You're making a liar out of me. E5 2689. I'm gonna go with 90-ish on these. But now I gotta wonder. See, something's holding the board onto the metal frame. Yeah, it's the bracket. I gotta get this bracket off. Okay. Mystery solved, guys. That's how we get the bracket off. We get the board off the metal plate. You gotta unscrew these. On servers, you'll actually find that a lot. You have to unscrew the brackets. I2 Skywatcher K, welcome aboard. Hello, Kevin Harris. Thank you for the like. Yeah, so that's how we get these off, and that's good because I really would like to show you the back of one of these boards. I haven't seen it yet. Tell you, if it's as good as the front, this is going to be a really good board for you guys who do gold recovery. And I will try to get them up into the store tonight, or at least get a couple of them for you. Wow, guys, 11.4K. Thank you so much. Hello, Robert Tucker. Welcome to the live. So, what kind of stuff are you guys into? Are you scrappers? Are you computer repair people? Are you doing what I'm doing, living the scrapping dream? My people, the scrappers. Love it. Tell you one thing, at least doing this, I don't have to scrap. I don't even have to do any of this, but I really enjoy it. I like the socialization, you know. Kevin Harris, thank you for the like. Well, I don't know what all this league stuff is and these team things are. I have to get an in-service on what all this stuff means on TikTok. Joshua scraps and refines precious metal. Joshua, these boards that I'm working on right now, they are module boards from computers, and I'll tell you, these are really good for gold recovery. I'll put the video up on YouTube later because I've already gone over my hour. I know I have. That's awesome. good. I give you guys who are doing the gold refining a ton of credit. Boy, oh boy. It's a lot of work and a lot of chemicals and a lot of safety equipment. And hello, Dwayne. Welcome. Dwayne Detects. Thank you for the like, Dave. Appreciate that. These are just really fiddly to get off, but I really do want to show you the back of this board, so I want to get this off. Probably have a I could probably just find a yeah. Now I think we'll be able to lift this board off. I got to get the other one off. Sorry guys, I didn't think I was going to need the other equipment because Dells usually don't. Souls of Lions, welcome Rocco Raiders, welcome aboard. Where am I located? I am in Stratford, Connecticut, on the east coast of the United States. About an hour from New York City. I wish I had bought the hex nut remover up with me. I didn't think I was going to need it. Oh well. Yeah, so to get this off, you're going to have to take these brackets. You're going to find that a lot on servers, guys, when you there's a metal plate underneath, and if you want to try to get that off of there, you have to take the bracket off. Sorry, this is a little bit tedious. I apologize. I wasn't prepared. So these are Dell PowerEdge server blades model M620. They're running Xeon chips, so they gotta be, 2000-ish. But hard to believe. These chips back in their day would cost hundreds of dollars, and now you get, 40 cents a pound for them for scrap? Unbelievable. You can get more if you can get the copper heat plate off of it. Hard to see what I'm doing. Oh dear. That's not good, and thank you. I wish somebody told me sooner. Oh, nuts. I am so sorry that I got out of the field of vision. Guys, you gotta tell me. I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Thank you. So again, this is a blade server. Terribly sorry. Thank you for telling me. Appreciate that. So these are the Xeon chips. What I'm doing right now is I'm getting the bracket off. I'm unscrewing the brackets because that's the only way I'm going to get this off of here. Gosh. Thank you. Nellie, I think it is. Neil, thank you. I'll take it. You'll take what? This board? Yeah, these are going to, I'll tell you, if you're into gold refining, these are going to be good boards, guys. There's not a lot of waste either, It's pretty much like the middle section of a big server board. You don't have all that plastic and all that wire and all that rubbish. So, try to get these up for you at a good price. My eBay store is CT Band Instruments. And if you're in the Connecticut area, feel free to let me know you want to come by the music school, and I'd be glad to have the stuff out for you. Always cheaper when they don't have to ship. That's my only problem with Board Sort. They do pay the best of everybody else, but I gotta pay to ship, and that's just... But fortunately, they pay very well. I think there's a place in New York that also buys boards, but they're not offering the amount of money the Board Sort does. I think you're going to see more scrapyards getting into e-scrap. One reason I started this, well, there were a million reasons, but one of the reasons was, I watched the stock market. I was watching NVIDIA. I was watching AMD, Taiwan Semiconductors. And, everybody, AI, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking to myself, and where in the deuce are we going to get the material to make all these chips? And for me, the answer was e-scrap. So I have watched the price of e-scrap go steadily up. I actually worked with the local yard here, helped him get his e-scrap business off the ground, and we had a disagreement, and he went his way and I went mine, and that's okay. Yeah, I'm really sorry that I got out of the field division on that. I didn't mean to do that. Alright. I think what I might do, guys, is save the Cisco's for Sunday morning for my Sunday live. But I'm hoping when I pull this board, I can look at the back with you, because the other ones all have the metal plate still on them. So let's see if we can get that off of there. I hope it doesn't make a liar out of me. I'm thinking anytime you have this, you're going to have gold behind it. These are this backplane board here has gold. There's gold under here.